So I want to get back to like college and lead into adulthood essentially.
Yeah.
But what did you do in college that would really inform your, professional career? Like, we had started some work in college and all
Yeah.
that. Like, how'd you kind of get into that and start that transition, that feared transition of college kids, of college to real world jobs, essentially?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think we were focused for a lot of college on doing very college things. We were in a fraternity and we were partying a lot and trying to just be in the moment. I think we did a pretty damn good job of that for sure,
Yes.
to say the least. But it was around, I think, junior year that the business part of things just kind of came into play for us out of nowhere, really. My family doctor growing up in San Francisco invented a product called Drip Drop, which is a rehydration solution. It was a breakthrough technology. It was the first medical grade hydration product, like that could hydrate you in the way that an IV would, or on that level, that actually tasted good. That had always been like the big barrier for an oral rehydration solution, an ORS, which is that technology, is that it tasted just like salt, because that's the key electrolyte in hydrating is salt. He kind of cracked the code on the flavoring and the taste to make it palatable, which in a lot of instances, like especially with kids, is essential. Like kids will not drink it. They can't get it down if it's just salt water. So, he created this for medical purposes, for humanitarian purposes, where there's no access to IV.
Yeah, he did a lot of philanthropic work with it, and
Still does to this day too.
Yeah.
Disaster relief work, which is amazing.
Where it's really needed too, because you get in situations where cholera is still taking people out, or if you're you don't have access to an IV in these remote locations, you can just put this in a water bottle and it's essentially the same thing.
Exactly. And IVs are incredibly expensive and difficult to produce. So it was this incredible Drip Drop was this incredible technology. He would like tell me about it throughout, like, I think for years, even before that. I've created this thing, and I didn't really, I was like, okay, what is that? And then I tried it, and at this point we were like maybe 21 years old. And of course, because of where I was at in my life, like it was immediately clear to me, oh, this is the best hangover product ever created. And that's what drew me to it, because that was where my needs were at the time, partying a bunch in college. And there was like a little bit of a spark for me. I realized like, there's probably quite a bit of demand for this product around me. Like, I think I could probably do something with this. Didn't know what that was, but I had him ship down a whole pallet of the product down to USC where we were in school. And you and I like started to get it stocked at all like the places where people would buy beer around campus, all the liquor stores in the area, and got it on the shelf, and then started these like guerrilla marketing campaigns through the Greek system, through the athletic program, just kind of seeding the product to like the top athletes at USC. And it became a thing. Like we made Drip Drop shirts and like we're doing demos on campus, and like it became this amazing like exercise in entrepreneurship at a really like a younger age than we anticipated getting into something like that, right? Like, so all of a sudden, it took priority over the partying and everything. Like we became super, super passionate about this real quick. And we, in doing so, we proved out like the business case for this product. Like it had been, my doctor had really just been giving it to his patients, and I think had it in one pharmacy in SF, but he was not thinking of it from a business standpoint. So, once, we created the foundations there at USC, you and I, we moved up to San Francisco after we graduated and started getting into 5 Walgreens in SF, just showing up, pitching the store manager, no meeting. Like,
you've always been a great face-to-face salesman for sure.
Thank you. And I didn't know that. That's where this is how I realized like that I had a skill there, and just like not only convincing somebody, but explaining a technology that they weren't familiar with. The 5 Walgreens turned into 10, 20, 30. We got the attention of the corporate office for Walgreens and got national distribution, and like we're able to help build out this company, like, you know, getting up to like 20, 30 employees, raising a bunch of money. And this was all like in our early 20s. So it was right out of school. And even during school, like we were going through this process. It was amazing.
Yeah. And I was doing film stuff from age like, you know, my late teenage years on, and I'd kind of put film stuff on hold to do this with you and have this entrepreneurial experience, which was super valuable.
Yeah.
That I had kind of continued on for a couple years after that for a bit, which was kind of like a brief stint away from film.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great. And like, I was so grateful you tagged me in to help you on that.
Yeah.
And
a lot of fun working together too.
Yeah. It's like last year at college, having like a job essentially, was super helpful because all my film stuff was over the summers and not during the school year. And,
helped us get our shit together. That's for sure.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would highly recommend, you know, a lot of people are doing jobs to, you know, obviously pay for tuition and stuff too. But
Yeah.
if you're not, have some sort of entrepreneurial or professional experience in college for sure to help kind of ease into adulthood for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video.
And subscribe and hit the bell for a whole lot more to come.